we go. All right, so we're going to start with our feet out nice and wide. Okay, so from here, I first just want you to just wiggle your toes, create like a Mexican wave from your little toes to your big toes, and try and squeeze each toe into the floor. This is where our like concentration faces come on this morning. So trying to get the little toe pushing down into the floor with your big toe to finish, and just keep moving through the toes. All right, we'll start from the bottom and we'll work our way up the body. So from here, we're going to take it into the ankles. So just want you to rock onto your heels and then come up onto a little tiptoe. So just small movements at first. We'll just start to move into the ankles, but still pressing down into your toes to support your balance. So you want to just create this nice, smooth movement. Okay, and we'll start to bend into the knees. So we're going to come down and come up a little bit more. Excuse my clickiness of my ankles, but if you're anything like me, first thing, they do take a little bit to warm up. So we're bending into our knees now and flexing through the ankles, rolling back into the heels and still coming up onto those toes. And we're going to scoop the hip, bring it forward. So as we're bringing the hips back now, we're going to drive the hips forward. Good. And drive the hips as far forward as you can, sinking back, still squeezing into those toes. Good work. And from here now we're going to involve the spine. So I want you to roll through starting with the head, neck first, roll through the upper back, the mid back and the lower back. And I just want you to just still come onto your toes and knees. Now, if you're not getting down to the floor, don't worry. Pop your hands onto your knees and use them as a little base and support. Okay, try to relax the upper body as much as you can. Now, keep the feet still. And from here, we're going to take a twist outside of the ankle and then bring it back over to the other side of the ankle. All right, so we're taking that side to side movement, getting the twist, and you can guide your elbows out to the opposite side. Good, so you're just slowly moving side to side. And this is a lovely release through like the hips and the back of the legs. Good job. Okay, bring it back into the middle, and here now we're going to place the hands behind, relax the head, have a little wiggle through into the hips, walk your hands into the middle, slight bend into the knees, and take your hands out in front. Now if it feels okay, just apply a bit of pressure and weight onto the front, and we're going to repeat. Back into the middle, behind, see if we can grab a little bit further behind. If your hands are off the floor, totally fine, just reaching behind, trying to bring the chest down into the floor. Hands into the middle, sink a little bit deeper, hands in front. Let's transfer a little bit of body weight. Back into the middle. Good. Take it behind, getting a little bit further if you can, back into the middle. And now we'll take a little bit further forward to push our body weight. Back into the middle, and see if we can come down with our knees now and try and get our hands behind our heels. Sinking down a little bit lower, and just kind of trial out how stable you are. If you can, pop your fingers into the floor and just bring your body weight back into the hands, or just keep them where they are and sink the hips a little bit lower. Now into the middle, we're going to now bring our heels down and just pop your elbows in towards the inside of your knees. Good. And then from here, we're going to take that walk forward into a high plank. Tuck the pelvis. So we're into this position here now. Good. And we're just going to repeat those movements one more time. So walk back with your heels down, sit into that squat, elbows in towards the knees, roll back the shoulders, and just kind of get into a nice Peaceful position here, spreading the toes. Now, if you find that your heels aren't quite down, just have a little rock into those heels so you can get a little bit deeper. Okay, so from here, just scoop your hips up a little bit higher, still a low squat, and see if we can take our hands behind and then lower the hips down to a position that feels comfortable. Okay, just hold here for 3, 2, 1. Good work. And we're going to take it forward into a high plank. Drop the hips down, turn out your toes, and we're going to bring the inside of your knees down into the floor and worm it down so your body's completely flat to the floor. Forehead touches the floor, hands out either side. Take a nice deep breath in. Now use your head first. Peel away, slowly driving the chest off the floor. And again, just be mindful of how far your body's allowing you to do this. First time you're doing this today, so it might not be as much, but hopefully throughout the reps, we can increase the range. So just worm it back down, belly button first, chest first, shoulders and forehead. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, open out the chin. Taking your gaze up towards the ceiling, roll back the shoulders, and now just tap in to see if your glutes are relaxed. A lot of the time they're going to want to squeeze at this point, but just try and relax the rest of the body and hold. 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it down into the belly button first, rib cage, chest, shoulders and forehead. We're going to do that one more time. Take a deep breath in. And we're going to exhale, open out with the chin first, take your gaze, roll back the shoulders and sit up to where you feel is the right point of stretch, okay? So we don't want to overstress. Now, just relax the shoulders down. Good, relax the glutes and allow the legs to kind of settle into that position. Good work. And we're going to hold for 3, 2, 1, down into the chest, into the shoulders, forehead in, and here we're going to just bring the knees in closer, all right, and we're going to push back and sink back into a child pose. Okay, so here we're just going to start to work through the hips and the spine a little bit more. So we need to come up onto all fours, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we're going to take a cat-cow here. So taking your movement on the exhale. So take a nice deep breath in and we're going to start moving up towards the ceiling. So tuck in the pelvis, draw the belly button up, separating the shoulder blades and really push through your palms and squeeze through your fingertips. And hold. Chin into chest, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, open out the gaze, roll back the shoulders, and create as much curvature through that spine as you can. Keep looking forward. Good. So here we want to actively pull back the shoulders. We're going to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, push up through the palms, tucking the chin in, rounding the upper back, the mid back, the lower back, and separation through the shoulder blades, pushing up through the palms. Good. Getting that activation of the core. And take a deep breath in. And we're going to exhale, draw down, open out with the gaze, roll back with the shoulders, pull the belly button down into the floor. Good, and hold. Okay, we're going to come back into neutral, so just tuck the pelvis under, engage the lower abs, and we're going to take a gaze over each shoulder. So as you do, push through the palms and just hold for a couple of seconds so you get the most out of the side to side stretching. And you'll almost feel this through the front part of your hips. On the opposite side, you're turning to. So here, just try and move the shoulders so they twist and open out through your back. Great work. Just moving and holding for a couple of seconds. That's it. If you're anything like me, the hips really benefit from this stretch as well as your spine. Good, pushing through the floor. Excellent. Okay, so from here we're now going to take one leg out to the side. So hands still into the floor, and we're going to place the foot, the base of the foot, flat to the floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to sit back into the heels, reach your arms forward, separate your fingertips, and try and push back into your heels. From here, we're going to peel up the toe and sink the heel into the floor. All right, so pushing down as far as we can to the floor. Now we place the toes onto the floor and we hook our hips up and we bring them forward. So just enough so that it's in line with the foot at a right angle. Okay, and then we drive it back down. And as we push back down into our heels, peel up the toes on the straight leg. Good. Coming down to driving your chest lower down into the floor. Well done. Take a deep breath in. And we're going to squeeze the toes in towards the floor first, and then drive up with your heels, your hips. So you're coming into this position here, okay, and coming forward to feel that active stretch and mobilization through that hip. Good. Squeeze your hips forward so you come forward down towards the mat, but not too far. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to push back again, sinking right back to the heel. Spread your fingertips and peel up the toe. And try and get those toes up, directly facing the ceiling. So here, try to drive the chest down into the floor. Good. Settling into that position. Well done. So we're not going to move on to the other side just yet. We're going to come back up, place the toes into the floor. Okay, and from here, we're going to bring the knee back in. All right, and we're going to go to the side for some rotations. Now, important thing here is when we do this, that we don't collapse the lower back. So we're going to draw up, we're going to kick out, and then hook it in as close to the chest as you can. So drive it out, hold, kick back out, hook it back in, and get that engagement from the core as well. So drive the knee out, lead out with the heel, and hook the knee back in towards the chest. Good, and repeat. Out to the side, hold, lead out with the heel, so don't allow the back to collapse here. Keep it tucked under with the pelvis. Good, hook the knee in. Out to the side, hold, keep the balance. Extend the leg out behind you. Hook in with the knee, one more time. Out to the side, hold, flex the ankle, roll it back behind you. Bring it in and reset. Good stuff. All right, we're going to take it to the other side. So other leg goes back out to the side. And here we're just going to scoop the hands forward as far as you can as like your starting position. Spread your fingertips, get them grounded into the floor. So we're going to first just push our hips off, bringing them forward, transferring the weight, pushing the big toe into the floor, squeezing the glutes. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, push the hips back into the floor and peel up the toes. So we're rotating the top part of our upper leg. So it's really nice for the hip. So you get that rotation and drive your chest down into the floor, relaxing the head. Take a deep breath in. Push and rotate the foot so the toes connect to the floor. Drive up with your fingers, bringing your hips forward and stacking them above the other knee. Good. Okay, take a deep breath in, and as we exhale with hips, take them back, rotate the foot, bring the heel into the floor, and come down as far as you can towards the mat. Good. Take a deep breath in, rotate the foot, We bring it in towards the floor, get that connection, drive up through the knee, squeeze into the glutes and see if we can bring our hips a little bit further forward. All right. Good job. Take a deep breath in and we'll push through the palms, get that connection with the floor, sit the hips right back, stretch your arms, peel the toe up, heel into the floor and the toes towards the ceiling and hold. That's it, and try and drive that chest down a little bit more into the floor if you can. Good work, and we're going to go one more time. So, pivoting the foot, squeeze the toes into the floor, take a deep breath out, bring the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, and transfer your weight onto the hands. Good, have a few seconds here, 3, 2, 1, good work. We're going to bring that knee back in. To on all fours. So let's reconnect with the spine. We're going to tuck the pelvis under. Okay, and from here we're going to repeat what we did on the other side. So we're going to come out. Now when you do come out, your body's going to want to shift to the opposite side. So this is where your hands are really important to keep that weight even side to side. So get that base, drive out to the side, kick out with the heel, and then hook in with the core. Out to the side. Good, behind with the heel, hook in with the knee. Keep that evenly balanced, the weight evenly balanced across both hands as you move through the different movements. Drive out to the side, extend with the heel, keep the pelvis tucked, hook in. Good work. Drive out to the side, behind with the heel, and in. Create that tension through the core. One more time. Drive out to the side, kick out behind, hook in with the knee, and hold. Excellent. Okay, so reset here. All right, so bring the hands forward, and we're just going to take a moment whereby we're going to take the knees further out in this child pose position. And we're going to take a bit of time to walk our hands side to side. So like little crabs, we're just going to move our hands, keeping the chest low to the floor. Okay, and once you get to that first kind of point of stretch, hold and try to sink your chest down into the floor. We'll take a moment here to breathe. You'll feel a nice release through the side of the body. And especially if you take deep breaths, it will increase your rib cage, so it will intensify the stretch also. Good work. Okay, take a deep breath out and we're going to walk our way over to the other side. So whenever you do side-to-side movements or stretching, it's always good practice to kind of collect information to feel any differences in stretch, in movement patterns. Good, so once you get to that point of stretch, hold, spread your fingertips and try to ground your chest to the floor. Great work. Okay, take a deep breath in and we're going to walk back over. This takes a little bit of strength from your hands because you want to keep your chest down as close to the floor. But kind of work with, it's a good exercise for your hands to work together and just moving side to side through the palms of the fingers. Okay, so now onto the other side. Now try and see if we can go a little bit deeper and fold down into the floor and hold. Good, and take 3 strong deep breaths here. Great job. And we're going to pivot around one more time. So just walking through, use your whole hands to move together, get a little system going on to get them working together really well. Moving across, and as far as you can, see if you go a little bit further on the other side, but remember, don't overstretch. Okay, and fold down and hold. Good, and hold for 3, 2, 1, and slowly come back into the middle and roll out the shoulders. All right, we're going to bring it over onto our backs. So first, let's just hug in our knees and get the ankles moving for us. They've been stationary for quite a while. And back the other way. Okay, so I want you to extend one leg. Bring the other knee as close to the chest as you can and draw back the shoulders. Okay, so start to get that connection first. Okay, from here we're going to extend the leg. We're not going to completely lock it out, so it's a slight bend. Palms facing the ceiling, and from here we're going to bring one leg across, tap into the floor if you can, and then open out at the hip. Now, if you find that your leg isn't going to come down to the floor, don't stress it. We're just opening out the hips at this point. Okay, so just closing and opening out the hip, assessing how it feels, and if you need to, bend the knee a little bit more if it's too much with the straighter leg. And you'll find your lower back may start to click. I've only just said that because mine has just had a nice click and a release. There you go. So you just want to drive the knee into the floor, getting as much range from that hip. All right, so one more open and close. And this time we're going to ground the closed knee. So now we're going to bring the knee across the body, trying to get it in as close to the floor. Now you're going to look over the opposite shoulder. Don't worry if your arm is high off the floor. We're going to take a bit of time here to hopefully bring it down. So from here, whilst we're stretching and releasing the lower back, I want you to bring the hand above the shoulder. And then as we bring it down, keep close to the floor, pivot the hand so the palm faces the floor at the hip. So at the hip, palm down, skim across the floor, rotate the palm up and bring it all the way to your shoulder. Slowly skimming the floor, palm down into the hip. Good. Slowly skimming the floor all the way up, palm up to shoulder. Have a little moment. At any point you feel there's a little bit of tension or needs a little bit of a hold to fully release, then just hold it wherever you feel those points within the movement. Okay, so now we're going to bend the elbow at 90 degrees. And again, we want to try and get as close to the floor as you can. From here, we're going to do a 180 with the hand. So palm is going to come over and then back above the elbow. Okay, so we're doing this how hand position, just rolling. So over the top and underneath the elbow. And our aim is to try and release and relax the shoulder so we can get our elbow a little bit closer to the floor. And as we do these over the weeks, it'd be quite a good place to just assess now how far you are off the floor. Good work. And one more here. Excellent. And we're going to just slowly unwind. So obviously we've been in that stretch for a while. So just hug your knees in and just roll side to side. Ease off through the stress of the lower back. Excellent. And from here, we're going to change legs. So the other leg is straight, bringing the knee in. And we're going to slowly extend the leg, just has a slight bend in the knee. Palms open to the side. And we're just going to allow the foot to tap down into the floor, open up. And if you need, bend the knee a little bit more. Okay, so tapping into the floor and opening. And take this as fast or slow as you want to. You want to really just get an idea on how the hip's feeling. Relaxing your breathing. Great work. And we'll do one more on both sides. All right, so this one here, you bring the leg across, way to hold on the outside of the knee, give it a little bit of helping hand to ground into the floor. Now we're going to look over the opposite shoulder. So we're getting that nice twist, and we're going to start to move our arm above the shoulder. Okay, so palm up, we start above the shoulder, try and get the shoulder to relax. Skim the hand across the floor for a 180 and taking the palm down as you come closer to the hip. All right, and then replace on the way back. So palm up, travel up towards the shoulder, nice and slow. Again, just kind of assessing how this arm feels and in comparison to your other arm or this side of the hip. Okay, just slowly skimming the floor, rotating your hand palm up to palm down. Good work. 2 more here. Rolling the shoulder back into the floor, and don't worry if you feel a little like pop as you bring the arm up. It's just the joint adjusting as it's a ball and socket joint in the shoulder. Okay, 1 more here. All the way up to the top. Okay, so now bring the arm down into that 90 degrees. So we should be at like this point here with our fingertips wide, and we're going to try and pivot through the shoulder, getting the hand down into the floor as far as it can and opening it up. Yeah, and have a little look over how far this elbow is off the floor and compare that to your other arm. It's always quite interesting to see how your sides compare. And that's probably due to regular movement patterns you do for one arm, you may not use as much on the other arm. Well done. Trying to relax that shoulder back into the floor. Excellent. And we'll do 1 more above. Twist, and 1 more below. Good work. Okay, so just slowly unwind onto your back and allow your knees just to rock and massage your lower back. Good. And we're just going to hug the knees in. Okay, and then just slowly rock up into seated position, or if you prefer just to come up in your own time, we're going to bring our legs out wide. Okay, we're going to roll back the shoulders. Okay, so here we're going to get in a little bit deeper with the hips, all right, and we're slowly going to walk ourselves forward. So we're going to roll back the shoulders, and we want to get to like a medium intensity of stretch with the width of our feet. Okay, so relax the hips into the floor, roll back the shoulders, and we're going to start by bringing the chin into the chest and walking our hands forward. When you first feel a bit of stretch from the hamstrings of the hips, hold, spread your fingertips and try and ground your arms a little bit further. Okay, and we're just going to take a bit of time here, focusing on your breathing, taking time just to reset and not have to think about much at all. Good. Just folding into the floor, switching off those muscles all over the body, not just your hips and your back and your neck. Take a nice deep breath in here, and if it feels okay, slowly walk yourself a little bit closer towards the floor. Drop the neck, try to drive your elbows down into the floor. So switching off. Okay, take a deep breath in, and we'll do 1 more. As you exhale, just walk a little bit further, or if you have anything else to hold on to, or if you want to just hold on to your legs to bring your chest down, that's totally fine. But ideally, we just want to use our weight of our body, our upper body. So we're going to hold here and just breathe 3 nice deep breaths in. And as you exhale, fold down a little bit deeper. Hold. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold down a little deeper and hold. One more time, deep breath in. Exhale, fold down a little deeper and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly walk your way back in. Okay, now just bring your feet in to a seated position that you're comfortable with, whether that will be crossing the legs over or just a normal cross legs, or if you want to kneel up onto the knees, that's totally fine also. So we're just going to take our attention, just to get a little bit of flow through the neck and through the jaw and the head. So just relax the shoulders, chin into chest. And as we exhale, we're going to take our gaze up towards the ceiling. Now, if you want to, place your hands into the base of the neck to open up. As you exhale, draw the chin in towards the chest. Exhale, bring up towards the ceiling. Okay, bring it back into neutral. I want you to place your 2 fingers, so your index and your middle fingers. Find the pivot point of your jaw right at the tip, and we go about 1 inch below and we push into the corner. We want to find the muscle that takes a lot of tension we might not be aware of. So we're just going to do a bit of trigger point treatment to release the tension in the jaw, and we're going to hold for 3 seconds and then open our jaw as wide as we can. So we're going to push now in for 3, 2, 1. Release, open out your jaw. And back together. Fingers in and push for 3, 2, 1. And release. Open out the jaw. And bring back in. Push in and hold for 3, 2, 1, release, open out the jaw. Hopefully we're getting a little bit more gap between the teeth, and we're going to go 2 more times. So push in and hold for 3, 2, 1, and release, open out. And bring back in 1 more time. And find that point where it's a little bit tense and hold for 3, 2, 1, release and open. Good, just give it a massage at the corner. Get some blood flow back the other way. And we're just going to work our way up to our temples. When you get there, just do a little bit slower with the rotations. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. And just slowly release your hands, shake out your hands. Probably feel like we want to go back to bed now, don't we? Good work. So here we're going to place our heels into the floor and just slowly come up, get some energy back into the body. Okay, and coming down. So we're just straightening the legs, but relax the body. Slowly opening up, bit by bit. When you're ready, opening up through the hips, bring the hips forward. Peel away the arms, take them above the shoulder. Come up onto your tiptoes and hold. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold down. Slowly come back up. Push up with your tiptoes and hold. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold down. Bring back up to the top. Well done, everybody. We feel more mobile,